Rock. He could. My cat could tell that I was just about to grab him, and he went boing. Okay, sorry. That was fun. Floofadoo. Hi. Yeah, hi. You're a good boy. All right, so I'm gonna start while we're waiting by planning some of the giveaways. Oh, okay. Let me think. All right, so I'm gonna have to. Is there a place I can put these? Where they're not going to get cat hair on them. I don't think there exists such a place, honestly. Not exactly sure in this house where you would find a place that isn't covered in cat hair, even after immediately vacuuming. You know, like immediately after vacuuming, rather. Hi Floof. You are productive. You are Floofy. Yeah, hi. He's like staring at me. All right, so okay. Um. All right, moving things around. Okay, I'm gonna clear off that spot and get that going. Yeah, let's try. Okay. Should be serviceable. Okay. So now I can take this giant pile of playmats and put those over there. Okay. Jeez. All right. Whoa. They're falling everywhere. All right, that goes there. There are so many. That one I have to clean. All right. Okay. They're just sliding everywhere. Okay. Okay, clear that off a little bit. So, I think the most the most special things I think we have. So, I think the big giveaway thing should probably be the Domaro box, the Fibblethip. Then we need a pin. Chat, do you think we should, in the like the biggest special is to give away, do you think we should give one of the randomly selected pins? Or do you think we should do one of the, like Manamana or Kaelorna? Like, should it be a random one, or should it be an actual one that we know of already? We know what it is, because any of these mystery pins, like, you can get any of these, plus, like, mystery stuffs. As opposed to knowing already the Manamana or the thing. I wonder if we should just give somebody a choice. But if we do the choice, then the smaller giveaways won't work earlier. That's interesting. I'm not sure. We should give a deck shell. Okay, hold on. So, okay. Which we have 3 options of. Okay. So many things. Okay. A metric ton of, like, Dragon Shield sleeves. A lot of those greens. A couple of the blues. Okay. So 4 greens, 2 blues. That's cool. Okay. All right. Whew. We have 2 Magicon Yargle sleeves plus deck box. And then we have the Magicon Dargon. Okay. And then we have the really cool Apex Alcove Edge and the Apex sleeves matching box as well. So many things. Okay. So the deck shield is just 100 cards deck box. Okay, so we're going to do these 2 and a play mat. And then we're also going to do a pin. And a deck shell. Huh. If I do it first, people can choose, and it's really like, if I do it first, they can choose which deck shell they want, they could choose which playmat they want, and they could choose which mystery booster. But then that's kind of like putting the biggest eggs in one basket, and everybody else is slightly disappointed after that, and I feel like that's bad. Huh. Yeah, I'll save those for the end, and we'll figure out from there. And I'll just, like, arbitrarily assign a deck box with them. I think I'll assign the black deck shell, and then we'll assign a mystery booster pin. I think we'll do a random one because that's more interesting. It's let's do the commander masters. That's probably the most like interesting or valuable of pins, I would assume. I'm not absolutely certain though. But because it features like Ulamog and like Tatyova and others, and like Kumena, I think that is, and like, so yeah, okay, so let's put that with that. Okay, so then make up the next ones in a second. Okay, but I wanted to make space so that we could do more opening of Edge of Eternities as I throw some cards around. Hi, Ice Prophet, how you doing? Oh, man. Whew. So many things to give away. It's great. Okay, so these are the things we've opened so far. And we have Edge of Eternities to open as well. And do this. Okay, so yeah, DMNT. There we go. As I said online, like any normal child, I had my parents sing me to sleep with the old 80s cartoon theme song. Totally normal, nothing to see here. All right, so what am I gonna do with this? What we got? It was like green, red, right? And we weren't sure what we were gonna be there. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I'm not going to be disappointed if there aren't a ton of new friends. I'm really excited to be meeting more people, period. So if they don't follow, no worries. I've been told by Amy to disable follows because it might disturb the stream, but I'm like, you're really, I could do that, but it would only be in like hopefulness as opposed to, out of hope, as opposed to like necessarily being the case. Like, anyway, that would be like, oh yeah, my new followers are gonna overwhelm the what? Anyway, okay, so, So it looks like we have to gem them out. I'm not sure exactly how much black we'll be using. So we'll see how this goes. At the very least, I want 17 lands here, so I'm just making sure that I'll go over the ratio of this once we figure out what we're actually running. So this one was a little bit disappointing because we saw, even though red-green seemed fairly, you know, straightforward from the first pack, we actually didn't see the signpost uncommons besides the Dreadfang. I really wanted the big one, the 6/7 that draws a card and has trample and haste and blah. So I was a little bit saddened by that. Eventually, it looked like we maybe should have ended up in black and had ended up in black instead, but it was never enough to really, you know, make that clear. Like it wasn't, you know, quite right at the time each time, and it was like, you know, obviously hindsight is 2020, but still, I thought I should have been in like. So the red-green seemed, like, red seemed very open, and we were getting enough green that it was keeping us in it, and then, like, because the black wasn't as good as, like, keeping on doing what we were doing. So, I don't know about this card. I don't have enough mayhem, I don't think. I've got Death Flame, Prison Break and Lavaborn, right? I think. I actually should. There's like Typeline. What is it? Text. Where is it? Oh. Oh, and this has Mayhem itself. But that's not helpful. This is very good once you've run out of cards to play. Because at that point, like, you literally are you're hellbent, and then you draw a card post having to discard a card. But a 5/4 does get outclassed pretty quickly by a lot of things. I don't know how to evaluate this card. I know it's been pretty good for opponents when they've had, of course, if you have a dedicated Mayhem deck, then it is fine. It can actually be quite powerful, but I don't have the dedicated Mayhem deck here, and so now I'm thinking that maybe that's one of my weaker 3-drop, source 3-drop aspirations. In this deck, we're never going to run more than one Treat Trolley, and we may not run the Treat Trolley over the Chariot at this point, just because we do have this in Web and this in Web, which means that Chariot can tap something down without having to attack, so that can, be useful for us as far as enabling the in-web stuffs. Chances of ours killing their the biggest creature, are a little rough, but we've got, a few pieces of removal, not many. We do some tricks in the form of the Kefon discard here. So if we do run, we're not going to run a heavily 3-color deck and run this card. But if we run the 2-color and maybe only if we just run these two and don't, yeah, if we just run these two, it's probably okay to still run the Infernus if it's still worthy of staying in. Okay, let me think. So yeah, I don't know about this card. That's And I don't think I'm gonna run both of these. I'm probably gonna run one or the other. I just have to figure out. Yeah, it's just probably just okay. Just the Chariot. I just don't like having, like, in a slightly more aggressive deck like this one is, right? It's not very aggressive. It doesn't have the backup to do that, really. I think having to wait to play this until I've emptied out most of my hand is actually not very good. Because I do have some bigger things. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out. That could be completely wrong. And then... Am I gonna run 41 because reasons? Yes. Okay, so I'm not gonna agonize over that. Let's go. Okay, so we've got 2 swamps in the land slots. And then we have 8 and 8 in terms of red and green, and I think that's probably fine. We only need black for Bracco or Braco and Prison Break. And that means that we also have ways of finding the basic land, the swamp, the Zen, and the Vine Woven Chariot. So technically that's 4 sources. And if we, I mean, actually, the one thing actually that would be good about running the Ruzik is because you do get that treasure token, which actually does mean that you can, cast a black spell there. I still don't think I'm gonna do it, but oh man, I'm wondering if I'm wrong. I could try it out. It's just the fact that we have these, right? Like, I could, so if I play it, the next turn, if I had just the Kefon in hand, that's not so bad because I can, you know, discard this in the upkeep to pay and discard because it's after the untap step, of course, to give this +3/+1 and go. But, yeah, that's interesting. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to run this and go. I don't think it's great, but that draft was a little strange. Tea. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we Leyline Weaver. Probably into Dreadfang. Is there a quench in this? I forget. Is there a quench, chat? Should I just run out the cheering crowd? I forget whether there's a quench. I'm still gonna do this. Get in for 2 or play this. It didn't pause, I don't think, so I don't think there's a, That's interesting. Nah, I'm gonna just attack. Get them for 2 because I think next turn I can play the Dreadfang. And if they ramp, then I can do the Enweb. Bouncy, bouncy. Cheering crowd? Okay. In my opinion, there actually aren't enough tokens in this for this to be as good as it should be. And that's probably why it's just uncommon, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. Cat, you're gonna be put out of the room again if you do this. Ugh. Cat's being a twit. What's new? All right. How am I doing this? So I can, can rhinos rampage that? But then if they play something with like 4 tough, like a 4/4 that actually matters, I'll be really upset. So I think I'm just gonna wait. I don't have enough removal to use it that well. This is why, like, this card is dumb. This is why I wish I had the 6/7 as well. Like a few more big things in the deck, because if we get the crowd going. Additionally, if I get like a black source, I want to be able to maybe draw a card and get a +1/+1 counter on this. If I can, it depends. A Dami, okay. Then what? Probably, I mean, as long as the cheering crowd survives, our best draw is like Chizak, I think. Or Oris or something. There's that swamp.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Makandi, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support of the stream. Thank you, thank you. How are you doing? All right, so let's go Braco or Braco. They have the counter spell? Nah, man. Oh well. Fuck. They have that. Yep, they do have the counterspell. Alright, well, we have one way to get that back. So let's play Leyline Weaver here. I don't see any reason to kill what they have. It's not getting through my stuff right now. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn. The crowd is actually helping, because they have so many cards, the crowd is actually helping them right now more than me. Alright, I have no problem putting Clutter Cluster and this on here. That seems fine. Alright, well, I guess we see if they have an answer for this. Shit, they have another counterspell. I mean, it's been tapping like this, so I assume they have a million of them or something, but... Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. This is really annoying. I drew well. This is very annoying. Because that would have pumped the Dreadfang as well. So they had 2 Drix Interception and the mana there, and I don't know. The cheering crowd may actually have been a problem more for me than for them here, just because of those 2 counterspells. I can't complain. I drew really well here. I really wanted those. I don't think I rampage here. This is 12. I mean, I might have to. I'm not sure which one I would want to do, though. I think I'm not supposed to, though. I think I'm just supposed to, accept my fate slash, you know, hope they mess up. But yeah, they've been stuck on a land a bit, and that's been part of the reason why they've been able to hold up the counterspell and still play a 5-drop. Like, so this is actually, I think, worked against me this game more than it has worked for me. But yeah, I don't think we're getting this one. Those were brutal. Not only do they tap down, but they also counter. That's painful. I'm sure they have something else here. I'm not happy about it, but okay, 3 of those are not good unless you're ahead, and that is just so brutal. Alright, well, that sucks. I don't know who runs 3 of those, and again, it's because of this crowd that they were able to do this and hold that up. They would have been so far behind if not. That's on me. I mean, sometimes it giveth, sometimes it taketh away. Alright. That is highly unfortunate, though. Because how many of those do they have to have in their deck to have drawn 3 in the first, like, you know, 15 cards of their deck? 16. Ah, well. I mean, that shouldn't have been the case. I mean, that's not necessarily that well a constructed deck, because it wouldn't have done anything had I not had the crowd. But, yeah. Sometimes, you know, poorly constructed decks win. That's just the way it goes. And props to them. All right. We go Cruel, I think, first over Galvanized, and hope to draw a 3rd land for the Dreadfang. But yeah. That counterspell obviously is better than most just because it does allow for the tapping. That's the hugest thing of that one. So we take the 2 if they attack with a crook. It's unfortunate that they were on the play here. Okay. I'm not gonna allow them the 1-for-1. Am I? Yeah, sure. That was a great draw. This combo is very nice for us that early. Aw, my Caracols. Yeah, we're still in trouble. If I could play this out and do the Firebrain scheme for +1/+1 gain first strike double blocking, I would consider it. But since I can't, I'm going to exile the top 2 cards. Oh no. Prison Break, or do I want the land? The land doesn't even help me cast anything this turn. And unless I draw another land, I can't cast this next turn either. That's pretty unfortunate. Okay. That is highly unfortunate. All right. I mean, Kazuo was a great follow-up to getting the treasure off that. Not having a second mountain here was pretty brutal. Because at least we could have played something. Oh, they also have a Louis. Well, this is just a shit game. Can't even play the Chizak now. Alright, I can Galvanized Workforce, Rhino's Rampage, and Knife Trick. So like a 3-for-1 myself to get rid of Louis. By discarding this as well. That is so bad. What a bad set of draws for us, and a great set of draws for opponents. I'm actually going to double block Louis here. In theory, probably not going to work out. They may even just get it back. There's lots of things they could do here. Yeah. If this had been if this had been reversed, we would have been perfectly fine. Not perfectly. We would have been we would have maybe had a chance to like come back. Oh God! Wow, deck is not behaving, and that's the end of that deck. I think it's 2 losses, right? Brutal. Deck was better than that, though. Way better than 2 losses like that. It did not want to play though. Too bad. Wait, so 7,500 versus 900. Am I supposed to be playing with these, like paying with the gems or the gold? Did anybody do the math about which is better? That was brutal. That definitely takes away from our 77% win rate right now. Oh well. Right. If anybody knows, let me know whether like it's better to enter these with gold or gems, and I'll do that. But ouch. Those games. That was some horror. Alright, let's get closer. For the pack opening. Fungal Colossus. Sky Warden. Gravblade Heavy, Divert Disaster, Banishing Light, Swarm Color, that was a fun one, Melt Strider's Gear, Lash Whip Predator, Void Forge Titan, Cut Propulsion, fun one, and still on uncommon? I think it's uncommon. Yeah. Cerebral Download. Ooh, it's gold. I don't know. Simic, you think? Is he gonna be like the 1-3? Hold on, let's look. Nope, can't tell yet. Yeah, it's gonna be the Yep. Gene! Imago! Cerebral Download Foil. Haha, in case you wanted the special version. Planes. And a lander/robot token. Alright, I don't know which is better. We're gonna use gems for now. Ba-doop-boo. Alright, let's see what we get here. I'm not sensing a lot of enthusiasm for this particular release as on the part of viewers. Ooh, this is good. Terry, quote of the day. Okay, we'll do that in a second. A terrific team up is what we're going to take in addition to this. There's a costume closet, City Pigeon, Etzli, meh. As far as we're concerned, like, okay. Just go. Two good things. Alright, your Terry quote of the day. The late, or at least severely delayed, Bergolt Stutley Johnson was generally recognized as the worst inventor in the world, yet in a very specialized sense. Merely bad inventors make things that failed to operate. He wasn't among these small fry. Any fool could make something that did absolutely nothing when you pressed a button. He scorned such fumble-fingered amateurs. Everything he built worked. It just didn't do what it said on the box. If you wanted a small ground air missile, you asked Johnson to design an ornamental fountain. Okay, we'll take this and that, I guess. The detective is nice, but I think we want the spider and this thing, which were more powerful. I miss him too. He was wonderful. Okay, so we've got Demera, so we do want spiders. Green-red is usually pretty good about giving us spiders. Sometimes, it depends. Like, so we're going to take this and the temple trap here over full throttle and the tree trolley, although that's... Huh. I do like ramping to this. But, yeah. I mean, and if I want to splash, this is fine. But I think we can splash... elsewhere. I just want to make sure I get some more removal. Okay, Ridgeline. Can take Kazuo. Do I want that over a second Wardens, given that we have Demera? Fine. For now. Okay, this and the Ominous, I think, here. Data Scrubber and Crook both fine. But I might run this anyway just to get Surveil. Slightly off color, but there we go. And I don't have to be green, I can be the black. Although red-black itself isn't, all that power. Ooh. Yeah. I think I know what we're doing now. Okay, so if I'm doing that, do I want the Kivni here or the another terrific team up? Because we are going to be in all three colors. I'm not dropping Demara just because we picked up a Louis. Picked up a Louis sounds gross. But, okay, anyway, yeah, we're just gonna say this. Cheering... Powerless Plunge? Actually, Powerless Lunge, rather. Or Death Flame Burst. You're a later game card. This, two of these. Treat Trolley. Nah. You're a spider. Take the lounge here over the merciless, because we're still base green-red, I think. Even though this is double black, it's worth splashing for, in my opinion. So I think we just take Perilous Lounge here. Lunge. Lounge? Perilous... I lounge perilously. God, what does that look like? Fine. Alright, Savage and Lurking... I'm not going to have a lot of spiders. It's still worth running that 2-drop, though. Do like Infernus in this one, too. What if a red-black base and then splash the green? How does that even look? Maybe that's what I should have done. No, because I had... really didn't want to give up the team-ups as an easy cast. And the 2-drops that were interesting in black, there was only one in that one pack. Yeah, I think, okay. Yeah, I think we did the right thing. We'll see. Green base is easier to splash from anyway. In theory. Data Scrubber here. Do I want to run this? I don't think so. I think it's Data Scrubber. Or the Kitten. I might want that work, though. Yeah, okay, maybe. Because that doesn't have to come early. I like the Lurking Lizards with like mono 3-drops and like 6 and 7s. That's fantastic. Jerk freaking card. 3 of them. Fucking okay. Sorry. All right. Rizna and Diligent. Over these two and the Knife Trick and the Favored Fighter. I do like Favored Fighter in this deck, and I also like Scorvus, but this is a nice couple spiders to put in this deck. Pretty happy about those. Scrubbers are coming out for now. They ain't spiders. Currently, there aren't enough fixers for me to run the Lou, I think. I think I need 1 or 2 more. Got Treat Trolley, Ominous, and Fearsome. Just 1 or 2, and I'd run this, so I do need to keep an eye out for those. So we now have 4 spiders. Son of a... There was a time where I had a perfect 5-color deck for this, and I did not see it, so it was so sad. I think I'm supposed to take Cityscape and Crobel. Crobel I will splash as a spider in this. I do like Rampage as well, but I think we take Cityscape and Crobel and then run Louis in the Crobel. I'm sad that we are passing the Rampage, and I'm sad that we're passing this freaking card. I have none of the... I can't take it. I wish I could. I really wish I could. But there's that extra source of fixing, so we're getting closer to be comfortable running this. I'm not quite comfortable yet, but we'll see. All right, Shock and Sadistic here. Hey, Griddle, you're so welcome to be here. I'm so happy to see you. I need help. Please leave luck. We'll need it. All right, Keffin's probably out, but I will think about it. I might cut Kazuo over Keffin though. God, I can't run you as a spider. I want to. Damn. Okay, there's a spider and a knife trick. Okay. Grow extra arms is also interesting here, but I need that spider. I cut both of these. Maybe another lurk. What? I'm gonna try. No. Wrong. Don't. No. Wrong. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just let me put them in the sideboard. Jesus. All right. Look, I'm not picking either of these. Fine. Thanks, Griddle. The one time I built a deck and I just didn't see that card. I was so sad. I needed more fixing for this to happen, unfortunately. I mean, this just isn't enough. I can't run this card. I'm so sad about it, though. Where did the other extra card? Oh yeah, Tethix. Okay. I'm so sad right now. I really want to make this work. All right. Well, too bad for me. I needed some of the green 2-drop, like a Supportive Parents or the like 2/3 that produces mana of any color, I think. It's conceivable in this deck that instead of the Infernus, because we have 2 of these Mayhem cards, I should run the Data Scrubber just because it connives, so that would be a way to get these down early. But we do have a Wardens. Maybe we should have taken a second Wardens early. There was one. But yeah, I think I'm going to take this, put the Data Scrubber in over Infernus. I'm excited. I'm tentatively excited about TMNT. Well, that's because I'm a giant fan, so, well, not, I wouldn't say giant. That's actually, no. I'm a fan of the 80s stuff and early 90s. I literally used to play the PC game all the time. And I would play the Nintendo game, the original game at my friend's house because I didn't have a console at the time. All right. Louis is difficult. I could cut Louis here. I really just think that's wrong. I think you run Louis whenever you freaking can. Like, if it's remotely a chance, you do it. You played as well? Yeah, nice. So this is 5 sources of black, 9 sources of green, and 9 sources of red. We gotta hope that that works. Plus the treat trolley. Like, I mean, I'm gonna again run 41 cards and lose. It's fine. Not necessarily because of the 41 cards, because the math isn't that different, but still. You at player 2, yes. Yes, yeah. No, I understand. I understand. Ready player 1. Click start to continue. Well, we got all the colors that we need to cast Louis. That was a good draw, so that we have a curve. I believe we'll run out Wardens, because they may be able to attack and mayhem this out. Even though this is usually a more powerful drop on that turn. Because we could, like, play Treat Trolley and then play this. Alright. Alternatively, if they do that, we just can play this out normally if we want. Actually, I could have kept it with the Data Scrubber. It's just, it's a more efficient use of mana than playing this. Sleep well, Griddle! See you then, Griddle. I'm so looking forward to seeing you there. That's gonna be awesome. I'll be nervous and panicking, but hopefully you'll be able to calm me down. They have multiple damning caresses early. That's annoying. Oh man. All right, one more land gets me this. They've been so lucky. They've milled a land each time. All right, so we just attack with both of these and play these two out. If they have a Wrath, I'm going to be very upset. Do I even play this out in that case? I think I do. This is my insurance against a Wrath. If I keep this and they Wrath the board, I'm dead. Okay. Oh, we drew well. It looked like they flooded, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Next pack. Badonkadonk. Okay. Booyah. Graph kill. Great removal spell unlimited. Awesome art by Dominic Meyer. Back in shield mate. Hold on. We actually have a hand. Okay. Lizard. 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 So Razorkin on 3. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's still Razorkin. Terminus. Indestructible. I really hate ramping them. I don't think I want to trade this for these two to give them a token, but then again they also do this and they have the terminus. I don't know. This was close though. The hell is this? Oh, this is -2/-2 to your opponent's creatures. No, but it's to everything. Okay. They're planning on using it to everything. They're planning not on discarding it necessarily. Or, wait, I'm very wrong. Alright. Something else. Yeah, no, it's still the same thing, because it does cost 3, right, if you discard it? Oh. Alright, they're either they don't have it or they're not using. Okay, okay, that's fine. So we are doing this. Oh, this cheering crowd is actually going to activate the terminus, I think. Sadly. But they'd have to take a turn off to do so. Okay. 6 mana. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. I'm 1 off of doing this in addition. could just destroy this artifact. Then I don't get the trigger off the Razorkin or the lizards. Uh-oh. I wanted the trigger. I think the trigger was much more important, but I could have just discarded this and then played data... Oh, fuck me. Well, we're not having a lucky night, are we? Not at all. Do I have anything legendary? I don't even have a single legendary to make have menace. How likely is that? I mean, I have the Demera, but that's not even on the board. I think it's Louis for us or bust, or like a kill spell. Fuck. Alright, we have one more chance at a draw. Yeah, but Louis not good enough now, so we have to just find something. Yeah, not that, though. It figures they have a Louis too, and they're running it, and we don't have it at all either. Oh, this looks like a second Louis maybe, or something else. Oh yeah, I can bounce the cheering crowd. Yeah, good times. I can just use it twice here and I'm dead. Or once even and I'm dead. The fucking Louis for 12, like I don't think I've had a game where this has been so bad for me. We have big things to cast, but we haven't found them for the most part, and opponents have. So okay. For the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They can kill almost everything here. Yeah, fuck it, though. Nothing I can do about that. We got so close, and yet I was feeling pretty good until the Louis. Because of course. Of course. It's a sick card. I've done it to people, but not quite for that much. It always sucks to be like, oh, hey, I have that in my deck, but I haven't drawn it. Them's the breaks. That's one of the big ones we would have loved. All right, so let's keep this. We'll run Ominous Asylum out first, and then the green for the Demera, and hope that we get value off of it by finding a spider to play post. Actually, oh. If they play red right after and shock this, that's going to be really bad. I could just play Lurking Lizards now that I do have this. Both named Lewis. It's gonna feel so bad if I get a spider, though. We do have a number of 3-drop spiders. Does have flash. Crap. Hey, Alistair! Nice to see you. Huh. I really worry that this is one of the only ways I'm going to win this game, but we do have a recursion spell, so I'm going to ditch this. Because I really want to be able to play the Temple Trap and or this next turn. So I'm going to attack here with the lizards. Data Scrubble can hold back to block either of these. If they put, like, they can just modify this and give this flying, that's fine. But so I don't want to miss damage. But I'm going to do this. We can Temple Trap something if we need to, or we can just Wardens and draw a card. But I think I needed this land, and I'm sad to have put this away, but we do have the one... Oh, wait, that was the other deck. Shit. Well, still, I think it was correct. If I don't draw another fifth land, that's a problem. Alright, what does this do? When you next cast a... Oh, God. Had an enchantment, removal. Oh, 2 spiders. This triggers only once per turn, right? Okay. If they exactly play the Signpost uncommon from blue-white, I'm in trouble. There's no reason to attack with either of these, I think. Wow, man, I'm gonna take so much damage if I... If that's the copy... Oh, God, we're so effed. I think it's an artifact, though, so maybe I can destroy one. That's worse. That's a lot worse. Okay, well, I can still destroy one next turn with the full 5. That is so bad, though. Jesus. We've been getting crushed. So my option, I'm glad we kept the land, by the way. This draws make me very glad we have kept the land. I have options of Temple Trap the Crobel. I don't have any bounce, so it might actually be the token that I'm supposed to do. Because they might have recursion. The other option I have is draw a card off this and then play Cheering Crowd, but I don't think that's good enough. This is pretty painful. Oh, God. The rares do, I think, determine a lot of this. Obviously, this one requires something to go right. Yeah, there's not much I can do about this. Okay. But they played rare, rare, rare. We did play rare, rare, but unfortunately, we're one behind, and ours didn't line up so well against theirs. White is still among the strongest colors in this, white-green, in particular, the pairing, but I think white itself is the strongest of them. But there's a reason we're splashing for this card as well. Which it looks like that's their splash as well, and they're splashing for it. But yeah, I don't think there's any way I win this game. Yeah, okay. Again, if they have any removal for the wardens, we just lose. There's nothing I can do. So they're going to sacrifice it, make things indestructible. But I did my best. But they've surveilled so much that there's almost no chance that they have no way to deal with the wardens. God, brutal. Very high quality cards, obviously. And they drew better than we did. Not much you can do about double Crobel on turn 5. With, you know, something to get in for the surveils. And draw cards off of both the equipment, the rare equipment, and this. I don't know what's taking them so long, but sure. This is a serious slow roll. If it's a slow roll. So maybe they don't have it? Okay. I'm still dead. But okay. What can I draw? What, is there anything I can draw? Terrific team up? A land. That's totally, yeah. Ugh. There was nothing I could draw that would allow me to surveil prior to the turn. I guess I just have to hope they, think I have something. Yeah. Well, pick 2 is awful on Arena. It's really bad because you can't hate draft. And that's what pick 2 is for, basically, is in paper it's great because you can learn to hate draft and you can figure out, well, okay, this has synergies with my deck, but they're not good enough to outdo the synergies that this will have in opponent's deck. Like, this is nutty for them and only decent for me, and so you can hate draft that card. So that you don't have to face it. But that's only when you're facing within your pod, which is what is happening in stores, not online. Because online, you're going to be playing cross-pod, by definition, with League here. And so there's no point to it. The point of pick 4, pick 2, sorry, of 4-man draft, pick 2, is to fire drafts in store when you're worried that you won't get 4 players. You're not worried about that on Arena at all, so there's no reason to have this online. So after getting my face caved in for those 2 drafts, well, this is designed for pick 2. It's good in paper. It's really good in paper. You can, I mean, that's a fine thing in paper to do. Obviously, 8, a normal draft is just by definition better, but in stores, this is perfectly great. It brings people in because they know the drafts will fire with 4 players. It's pretty easy to fire a draft. And then more and more people will come in, and then you get the 8-man, which, like I said, is by definition better. Do I have any options of, like, any other draft? Do they give me no other options? Oh, okay. Duskmourn is not my favorite, but I will take a break from the other. But yeah. It's good in stores because you get to do it. You get to actually play it. But let's see, we're not having trouble filling up 8-mans on Arena. Like, we're not having trouble with that. And this is during a low period. So, like, there's no reason to have pick 2 on Arena at all. The only reason I could see is that the drafts take less time just because they're only 4 or 5 matches as opposed to, and the drafts go faster because it's pick 2 as opposed to pick 1 and everybody's going through this. Yeah. Angel Life regen deck now? Is that in standard or is that something else? Yeah, Comeback Wrong is good. Fear of Falling is good. Patched Plaything can be good in the recursion deck, very much so. Coordinated Clobbering is interesting. The Cyclers are interesting. I think I would take Fear of Falling if I didn't take this. In Standard, I wouldn't know. I haven't played Standard since we did the Alienware tournament, and for that I didn't even learn Standard. I just for practice with 2 decks for 20 minutes. So, but is that the Angel Life regen deck? Is that to combat the Vivi? Toby, what is wrong with you people? Toby shouldn't be picked 2. What? Oh, they're play boosters. They probably had something better. Does the Angel deck, in your opinion, line up well against Vivi? Is that why they're playing it? Because I think everybody's playing to combat Vivi at this point, right? At least partially. Ooh, Shroud Stompy. Let's go for the, I don't mind this card. Wickerful Thresher is very, very good, especially in Gruul, but also just good, period. But I think what we're going to try and do is the recursion deck, the graveyard recursion deck. I do like Winter's Intervention. I think it is important, but I'm going to grab my Shroud Stompy and move on. Let's see if we can pick up the white common one that's 5. We can pick up there's a black uncommon that's 5 that also kills a creature, that kills a creature instead if you want it to. There's a creature, an uncommon, that Valgoth's Faithful, I think it is, something like that. But yeah. You don't know what Vivi is? Wow, and you've been playing Standard? You're lucky. You're very lucky. All right, Final Vengeance is a fine removal spell. Unsettling Twins is a really nice way to get something in the graveyard to recur. This is difficult to figure out which one I want. I think I want the first Twins or the first Final Vengeance. I do like Glimmerburst. And obviously Scorching Dragonfire is very good in red. I'm going to take the Unsettling for now. Oh, you've only been playing for a couple of days. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said now. So, I thought there was, there were a long time in the past where people were playing something else, and now you were like, oh, now they're playing the Angel Life regen deck. I don't know. So, right now, the most common deck in Standard is, as far as I'm aware, Vivi and things that try to combat Vivi. So Vivi is a Final Fantasy card that does very, very silly things. You should definitely look it up. It is an Izzet card, so blue-red, and then, just in case you don't know, I'm not trying to patronize. But yeah, so it is a stupid card. And it's like a Soul Cauldron Vivi deck that allows everything to get Vivi's powers. And oh man, I wish this were pick 2. All right, so there's Murder and Veteran Survivor, and Innocuous Rat. All of those are very good for my deck. I'm going to take the first Murder over the Veteran Survivor. I think this card is very good, especially against the mirror type deck of this. But I'm going to grab the removal here. Lionheart is really good in certain decks. Killer's Mask is fine. I'm going to take the Lionheart, but Killer's Mask is also interesting here because Manifest Dread, again, you get stuff in the graveyard for the recursion decks. This is a good if you like curve out into it with enchantments. We haven't seen much of that necessarily yet, but I like this card. I like it more in a go wide. Maybe I need this Killer's Mask. Whatever, I'm going to try it. Take the white singles out of the pack. Glimmerlight is good here. Most Valuable Slayer, MVS, is the best card in this pack. It's very, very good. Grab the Prize, also very good. All right. Furious Surveillance here over second Lionheart Glimmer. Hushwood Verge is interesting. But I need the 2-drop. Okay, Plaything, sure, over Fear of Lost Teeth. Lost Teeth is fine. I don't mind one Friendly Ghost, but we're trying to lower our curve at this point, and I haven't found any of the recursion spells yet. And that's on the wheel, so maybe, unless I wasn't paying attention in the first couple packs, which is very likely. Corey Steelcutter died, only for Wasi to give us Vivi. Yeah. There will always be, you know, a strongest deck, but there won't necessarily always be a deck that dominates the format like Vivi does. Vivi is an unhealthy card. I don't think Egotist is the pick here. I think it's probably Balemurk Leash over Jump Scare. Again, we don't want to die to the early game that Blue-White has in this. And that Red-White has in this. Before we reanimate stuffs. I'm really worried we didn't see any of the recursion stuff. That's terrifying. And maybe it just wasn't opened in the white, because the white has seemed fairly open overall. But we should have seen some in the black. And I'm a little worried that black was been cut completely or something like that. Because this late is not a signal. But I've got enough here, Come Back Wrong and Murder, that I saw a little bit later that I'm okay with. Again, everything's a 2-for-1 in this to some degree, so Murder is actually less strong in this set than normal. Because again, if you like Murder and Unsettling Twins, you're only getting half the value. I'm going to take this over Jump Scare. There was another Jump Scare coming around, I think, but also I think this card is slightly better, and it's okay to reanimate. It's not the worst. Yeah, I mean, Kaito has to be banned too. If Vivi's going to be banned, Kaito has to be banned right after, or otherwise that deck's going to take over the format. And I'm only speaking, I'm kind of regurgitating what I've heard from like actual bunch of Standard player friends. I'm not actually an expert on this at any way or shape or form. I avoid Standard because it's unhealthy right now. Ooh, Unstoppable. Again, no reanimation spells here, but Unstoppable's a freaking sick card, so... again, no reanimation spells here. I think we take Grand Entryway over Savior of the Small. Yeah. Yikes. Where? Like, and this is just the beginning of the pack. We're just not seeing any of it. Defiant Survivor's a crazy card. It's so good. As long as you get to attack with it first or tap it down some other way. I have a reanimation deck without any reanimation spells. This is kind of gross. Oh, I guess I take a Friendly Ghost. That's brutal. How many enchantments do I have? 4? I don't think I'm supposed to take Dashing Bloodsucker. We just take Friendly Ghost. This is ridiculously bad. What are these packs? Am I actually considering taking a Give In to Violence here? No, it's got to be jump scare over give in. Like, the idea is to stay as close to 60 as possible because the math works out better. Because in your deck, you will have cards that are more powerful than other cards, and you want to get to those cards sooner rather than later. So if you could play fewer than 60 cards, you would, but unfortunately you can't. So that's the minimum. Oh, God. I think I'm going to take a cultist here. That's a really late mayhem. I'm going to take a mythic for Vault Progress. This is so bad. What is happening, chat? I'm so confused. Hey, Knight of Yore! Alright, spirits here, overplay thing. I don't know, I think the packs have just bent poorly. I don't think this is other people taking the recursion. I think this is literally the recursion not being there. I don't even like this unless we're done. Do I need a freaking bear trap now? I need a freaking bear trap. This is, yeah, I just don't think they're opened. I think that the packs have broken poorly. Okay. Because we're seeing all the white, just none of the recursion spells are this is being opened at all. This is so sick. All right, let's see what the third pack brings us. But yeah, you just want to give yourself the greatest probability of drawing the cards that will make your deck work. And that is often, you know, your better cards, which means that the fewer cards you can draw otherwise, the better things will be. Well, bugger. Again, no reanimation spells. We've got a Trapped in the Screen, another Shroud Stompy, a Stick Twister, which is great. I think I need to take the Trapped in the Screen. I think I need the more removal. But the Stick Twister is very, very good, and I would love a second Shroud Stompy if I had any recursion whatsoever. Sorry. All right, Trapped it is. Fudge. There's no recursion in these packs. Okay, this card is a sick house. I don't think I can run it though. I could have taken, there were a couple things that I could have taken for fixing. But we're just gonna take the nowhere to run here. And I mean, this would be a card I would normally take for this deck as well. Just because again, you know, it gets a card, like if we draw the Shroud Stompy early, we can discard it and then reanimate it. We've got no reanimation spells though, so just gonna take the removal. I haven't got a clue, chat. I don't understand. I think there's just none of them are opened. This card is also a house. It's gross. I'm gonna take the innocuous rat here over the cheerleader. Yeah. Smoky Lounge Misty Salon's such a good fun card for that rooms deck. There's a reanimation spell and a Trapped in the Screen. God damn it. All right, well, we're still taking the reanimation spell. Am I reanimating anything, or am I just curving into a Lionheart Glimmer? Should I just take Trapped? Freaking Final Vengeance, Neglected Manor, Glimmerlight, Mask. Final Vengeance is great, but no, that should not be this hard to draft. This is ridiculous. All right, now I've got both. I think they were just not opened in the first two packs. I think there were no Rite of the Moths. I think there were none of the like 5-drop white common or the 5-drop black uncommon, or the 1-drop creature uncommon. All right, I think I have one nowhere to run. I think I'm supposed to take the other trapped in the screen over the second nowhere to run. That's close, though. Freaking goat would be good in this, too. All right. Winter's Intervention. Like, I just don't think they were opened. Jesus. Rare for Vault Progress. Okay, the other Shroud Stompy went away. But it might have just because it was the better card in the pack. Meh. This sucks. I mean, the deck is okay. Like, I've got some some crazy potential curves, and I've got decent removal. But it's not doing what I wanted it to do, and so it's gonna be less fun to play. Me. Sorry. Okay. This was freaking weird. I don't understand any of what just happened. What did I take over the Shroud Stomper again? I took a Trapped in the Screen because I really needed it at the time, right? Or just removal. We also wanted the black plane cycle too. I bet somebody else must have been in the reanimation deck. Hey, Coral, none of that stupid stuff. You can play more cards than that if you have a Battle of Wits deck, for example. Something like that. There are times when you want to run more cards. And there are also times where you just don't want to cut your last card and you run 61 and no one cares. No, but inferring that anyone's deck choice is stupid seems to be a little bit awful. Let's not do that. You said and are stupid. That is calling the person stupid. That is literally saying that. That is actually what it denotes. That is not a connotation or an implication. All right. This is good to... let's just cut this. This we cycle. The Unsettling Twins are really important with the Lionhearts. Because you want to go wide with the Lionhearts more than this deck really does. This one's best in like Boros or Azorius. So I think the Hardened Escort is the worst of our 3-drops, even though I do kind of like it here. Especially with the Plaything. The Plaything's close to the worst of the 3-drops. Savior is a possible cut. I just have enough removal that I think Savior might be able to get in and get any one of these back. So I'm interested in that. So these both are creatures, and this is a creature on 3. So our curve is okay. We do have plenty of ways to get stuff into the graveyard. Play this on 2 to, like, plane cycle for the stuffs. Yeah, I think it's patched or hardened, and I'm not sure which to cut. I mean, I could, like I said, it could be Savior too, because there's a lot of 4-drops for this deck. So we only have 1 recursion spell. Let's cut the patched. And just run it like this. Let's see. So this is 9 and 9 in terms of sources. That seems fine. All right. I don't... there are so many cards. We have some good cards. Like, we have the Toby. We have the Slasher. We have 1 recursion spell for the 7-drop. We have a decent curve that we could have. But there's a lot of more powerful cards than the ones we got here. This isn't a bad draw. Not great either. Okay. See what we draw. And I've been leaving you hanging about this pack, sorry. So while we're waiting for opponent to decide whether they're going first, we got the Mech and Shield Meat, Focus Fire. That artwork is epic. Intrepid Tender Feet. And Rig for War. Okay, we still have an opponent now, so let's go. They're on the play. That's big in this format as well. It was pretty fast. Or it could be, anyway. So next turn we can swamp and plane cycle this. I don't remember this set. Do they have anything with flash? They have the 2-1, right? The Merfolk that puts things on the bottom. That I wouldn't care about trading with at all anyway. Toby! Toby against blue is pretty rough because they do have bounce. So remember, the 4/4 can't attack or block alone, so I'd have to attack with the goat as well. And discard a card to make it a 4/4. That's probably fine. Well, if you're gonna do that... Fine. I think the correct block there would be to put the 2/5 on this. Now, they're probably going to play something that I can't answer after this. And that's going to be rough. But we got to... Because that's all my removal. So I might be using my removal injudiciously, but I don't really have a better play at this point. Oh, that's fine. Okay, they're telling me they have the final something, so they could sacrifice this to try to kill this. But they're actually going to sacrifice to kill this instead here. Okay, because this has ward. Alright. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay, they're dead. Sorry, OP. Oof. Okay. Yeah. So the block with the goat, like the block on the goat that I recommended, the 2-5 blocking it, isn't gonna die even if I pump the goat. And it forces me to spend my turn pumping the goat. Wow, if you weren't aware of what magic does, that would be a thing. Oh god, okay. That's on the internet forever. Moving along. Congratulations on your that job is awesome. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. All right, let's finish off this pack here. Sorry. We keep getting an opponent right away. That's nice. Rig for War, Command Bridge, Zookeeper, so good. Molecular Modifier. Ugh. Scour for Scrap. Blade of the Swarm. Dauntless Scrapbot, so good. EDH. Ooh. Oh, is this, oh no, this is Zhu, right? Yeah, this is Zhu. Okay. And Foil Focus Fire. God, that's really pretty in foil. Full Art Forest. Nice. And a Lander and Robot Token. All right, so we'll keep this. I mean, it's got a million pieces of removal. So we'll do this Manor here and then Glimmer Light. And hope we can draw some more creatures to do stuffs with. Oh, I really want to kill that. I think they might have Sheltered by Ghosts. Or they're holding full control and reasons to, like, beat me. But if they're not doing anything for many turns, hopefully I can find more action and punish them. But that's a lot of removal. Oh yeah, God, the White Overlord is like above a 70% win rate in this. Come on, deck, give me good stuffs. No. I need to put more pressure than this. If only these were surveillance. That is something that Wizards has done really well, is like making the lands find a way out of craziness, like bad draws like this, where you're like, okay. I do have creatures in this deck. That's my only instant speed removal, which is why I was a little bit upset to use it there. I forget whether there's discard in this. Does anybody remember whether there's discard in this? Is it 2 cards? Crap. These aren't instant speed, which is why I was debating not doing that, but I needed to be able to play out something. I didn't know I was going to draw a 2-drop. If I'd drawn a 5-drop, I wanted to be able to play it. And that doesn't give me any value with this, so. I can't remember what the discard is. I think it's 2 cards. I'm not absolutely certain. This was such a short time and such a long time ago. Boop. 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 Whack-a-mole. Only they're scary AF. They have the recursion deck. Maybe they were in the same draft as us. Yeah, maybe they were. It's possible. If I go for Trapped in the Screen here and they have a removal for an enchantment, that's a problem. Because the finality counter, if I go to Graveyard Exile it instead, which is less important. I could attack with both of these and use Nowhere to Run. That's not the worst. Jesus. They're just gonna... I don't know. I could have put the Glimmerlight on this and attacked with just that. I don't know that they would block. In that case. And I kind of wanted them to block so that the Nowhere is useful. What I could do is wait and come back wrong, get this onto my side of the board, then Trapped in the Screen. Just so I can get the surveil? I don't even know. This is rough. Yeah, I mean, that turn where I attacked, maybe I should have just attacked with a 3-3. Like, I should have moved the Glimmer and go. Hmm. If they have the discard too, I'm not playing around it now. I think the only way I sort of get there is if we find Shroud Stomper, and so I need 7 mana to cast it. That is a surprise, but I'll take it. I'm not moving this over because 5... To white-black, 5 toughness and 6 toughness don't matter at all. The difference between them. See? Do I have instant creature enchantment? This would be sorcery? Fascinating. Okay, so this will die because of the sporogenic. Now there's no reason not to. So the Stick Twister... I didn't want to use both of these on two smaller creatures. That's going to be rough, so... Well, that took them a long time to figure out. That was weird. All right, I mean, we drew all, like I said, 1-for-1 removal, but again, that's not good enough in this set, usually. We need to have pressure in addition to the 1-for-1 removal. It's these days in standard. Sorry, in limited, it's never good enough to do 1-for-1 removal. Everything has like 8 ETBs and like million miles of text. So. All right, I don't think we need a glimmer light. I don't think I want to take the damage. We're just going to come back wrong on the stick twister. Or trap it, I'm not sure. Beginning of the end step. I should still have this trigger. Doing our best, despite our bad draws. Jesus Christ. Okay, glad we're not drawing those two. We would be dead. What the fuck? This sucks. I have to give them back their 6 whatever. Four in a row. That sucks. Yeah, sorry, it was 4 in a row. This is so bad. They have another sheltered? You're kidding me. Eh. I mean, what can I do? I think Shroud Stomper's one of the only ways we come back into this. Five lands in a row. Cool. I think we did the best we could that game. I don't think there was anything to be done. Deck was like, no. Do not want. And that wasn't just lands. That was in the early game. We weren't drawing any creatures. It was all 1-for-1 removal, which is really good only if you have pressure. And we didn't have pressure. We didn't have any creatures. So, that sucked. So we just couldn't close out the game because they drew that lifelinker, the lifelinker 2/2 that I couldn't justify removing at that point. I could play Baelmerk in order to get one more damage in, but I think Fear of Surveillance is a better attacker, and I need that Surveil. You're absolutely killing that because it ramps them into the enchantments that Azorius wants. I don't think I need the 5th land right now, so we're going to put that away. This may punish me later. I could have Unsettling Twins here to go wide and try to find, like, would need the 5th land for the 2 Glimmers to really do that. I think the Savior's a fine play. It's not great, but it's fine. That has flash. I think they might have the +2/+2. But if so, that doesn't kill the Savior now. And the Savior can bring back the fear. Okay, well that's annoying. We have lands already in the graveyard. I'm gonna put the enchantment in the graveyard. Although if they have bounce, actually, we want this. Never mind. No. Fudge. That entity tracker is now going to take over the game. This card is such a house in this format. Alright, I need to find a removal for it. Unfortunately, one piece is already under here. Come on, deck. That's a good one. I think they have it. I'm really upset about it, but I think they have it. Oh, thank God. I could have gone for it prior, just in case, but, I could have gone Balemerc in order to get one more damage there. I don't think the Balemerc is as good to have on the battlefield as the Rat, because we do have one piece of recursion in the form of the Rite of the Moth. And if we draw that and this dies, we can get potentially a good creature in the graveyard. This is a little bit of a mess. But if I play this first... Huh. Well, that means if I trapped in the screen that, I get my own trapped in the screen back. That's not bad. We've got another trapped in the screen, so... Alright, there's the 5th land. That's fine here. Let's go charge. Well, I forgot that there was a counterspell on this. I should play the Merc... No, I... Oh, shit! That card's broken, too. They have literally, like, the 2 most broken cards for the blue enchantment deck. That's amazing. Alright, I need a removal spell, I guess. Yeah, I got nothing, chat. I think we flunged the Rat. We might be able to get them here. It's a very small chance, but that unfortunately we've now hit for the manifest. We have now hit both our trapped in the screen, which is so sweet. So the luck of manifest is a little rough. Okay, Rite of the Moth. What does Rite of the Moth get back? Nothing. I mean, we could unsettling. That's part of it. Okay, so. Okay, so here's the plan. Every time it hits a removal spell! Every time! Unbelievable! Okay, alright. I think I might have to stop after this. I think Magic is just like, no. You will in no way ever... No. Just no. Arena's just like, I will wreck you tonight. God damn it. Actually, I could have put that in the graveyard so we could Rite of the Moth, but we can Rite of the Moth that back later. So unfortunately no attackers here. I just think I just needed a 2-2. Well, so yeah, I should have put Toby in the graveyard. Not that I have tokens, enough tokens to matter, but... God damn it. I had to have instant speed removal there. God, they've drawn so many extra cards off the entity tracker and that. Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't re-equip the Cursed to something there to do more damage. Alright, I'm sure they have a counterspell. There's nothing I can do about that. Or bounce, or kill, or whatever. It doesn't actually matter. If they have literal nothing, we're fine. I'll take it. I think Arena just wants me to stress the most before we... I think I just wants... It wants pure stress. Like, that's what it wants. Oh, God. Alright, here we go. We have an opponent. Alright. Keep it. They're on the play. Fear of Lost Teeth. You're gonna play... Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. dies, not leaves. Okay. Actually, you know what? You can have that. It does exist! That is a bomb. One of the second biggest bomb in the set. This is fascinating. This is a really interesting match. I can Shroud Stomper next turn, but it might be better to Lionheart. We should have attacked with the Teddy first. Hmm. Forget how low is dangerous. But taking this. Why is Toby a 0/0? What is happening, chat? What the f- That's weird. Okay. Oh, I'm one off of being able to do what I want to do. Lionheart Pacer. I think we just Shroud Stompy. What does it say? All attack. Why does it say? Oh, okay. That's the. Okay. That's just the beastie thing doing. Okay. It could have been really good to play this and do that, but I want to be able to, like, murder something. Oh, the exile's really bad there. I wanted to be able to write it. Damn it. That's very annoying. Okay, can I kill them is the question. If we come back wrong in the boiler bilges... and play the Lionheart... I don't think I can kill them. It's close, though. God, I wish that hadn't exiled. That's really annoying. I would only have 3 tokens if I did the Toby. Hmm. This Toby being on the board is really messing with my perception of anything. I'm pissed. I probably lose this turn. They have enough cards in hand, but I think I did my best with... This is annoying. Right, maybe I'm not dead this turn. This is annoying, though. So if I Rider the Moth back the Balemerk Leech... I don't think I can still play enough enchantments. But it's still probably the right play. We do another Toby. Damn it! They can kill me with that Egotist. And that... God damn it. That was close. So, what I could have done is kill Winter sooner. I think I just needed them not to have the exile for the Shroud Stompy. It was a good game, though. Yeah, no exile for the Shroud Stompy. They were just, like, we were one turn off of doing whatever I wanted, and it was really hard to work around that Toby. Thinking that it's a creature. What else could I have done? They had the lifelink there, so even if I'd gone for the Balemerk, that wouldn't have worked. Well, if I'd drawn a flyer, that would also have been good. Yeah, not great draws from us. Winter, killing Winter sooner? No. We still almost had it. They just had 3 different ways to kill us there, which was the problem. They needed all 3. Well, sorry, they needed at least 2 beyond the one that we knew they had, or that they showed. So like basically the +2 we could stop, but the sacrificed ping and the fear were rough. I'm gonna need to land. All right, fine. Do-do-do. Could get Manifest of my own off this. That's fascinating. But they'd get it first. Four games, you don't draw them more than 2 lands? Oh, geez. I'm sure you're running the correct proportion, but do you mind if I ask? Wait, does this work? No, owner's control. Okay. This draw is bad against them. I'm really not sure whether I'm supposed to come back wrong the face down card or the Cryptid Inspector. It's a fucking land. Of course it is. Alright, let's see if they want to trade for the Enduring Vitality. I don't see any reasons why they wouldn't, but killing that is at least a 3-3 off the board. Alright. I chose wrong, but if this had been anything, basically, we would be very upset about it. I need to draw well from here on out. Under the Skin is a very powerful card. That is not well, my friend. Not well. Oh well. Maybe if I draw exactly Shroud Stompy. But not holding out much hope here. I get to draw 3 cards. And then discard a card. Yeah, we're done. Okay. I think Magic's pretty mean tonight. I don't think these decks are bad. I think we have a good purport. Yeah, fuck. Alright. Yeah. I mean, I can play this out and block here, but when it attacks, you gain Death Touch. There's my blocks would be bad. Let's just concede. Alright. Our draws were not great. The deck wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Like, it actually had, you know, the potential to curve out really well and then do things. But unfortunately here, we just, I mean... We had a lot of times where we were only drawing removal as opposed to having, like, if we'd drawn this early, right? A lot of the time we would be so happy. A lot of the time there's just, like, the early drops that we were running... When we got the early drops, we weren't getting the later things to back them up. So once we had like 2 creatures on the board, the Hardened and the Glimmerlight token, we weren't getting anything else to do right there. It was except remove one thing at a time, when we would rather be drawing creatures in order to get to the Glimmer and then remove whatever could profitably block and then go. But unfortunately, just that was not happening. Nor did we get sort of like Plane Cycle this into get the 4/5 flyer out early, right? Just not a bad deck, but just, I mean, especially with this amount of removal, really nice, but because normally but we just couldn't find things together to make it work out. That's really sad. But yeah, it was just that, like, the sequences were so bad. So bad. Trying to think what else. So, I mean, and part of that meant that in order to keep pressure on, we were forced to use our removal, because it's all we had to do. I held on to the removal in the winter game for quite a while. There was time to murder other things, but they were all small things, so it didn't matter. And I wasn't going to murder a 1/1 flyer. And there did eventually come, you know, times where using those removal that was good for us. But we're never, and we were so close to being able to kill them multiple times. We were never quite able to do it. There was a possible turn in the winter game wherein I could have not killed Winter. And, sorry, I could have blocked the Teddy. That meant that Winter would make my hand, I would be able to keep 2 cards in hand. I would have to discard a lot, but I could play out as much as possible, including discarding the... No, but that wouldn't work because they still had the removal, the exile. I think the exile was the key to that game. If they hadn't had the exile, we could recur the Stompy. I think it was just unlucky. That just happens. I don't think there was a better line that involved keeping Winter on the board in order to be able to discard that and play it sooner. I don't think so. That was a tough one. I don't think killing the 1/1s was correct. I think we needed to find, again, the Unstoppable Slasher on turn 3 is such a great card. We never saw it on turn 3, not once. Or even turn 4, right? We only saw it once late game, and that was it. Then we never saw it after that, during any other game. So that would be really nice to see early. Obviously, Toby was really nice to see early on one of the games, but we couldn't do... doing the thing. No, that's not... I mean, you should ask how many lands they're running, what the proportion is, just to check and see whether you might be able to help mathematically. You don't just assume that they're like not running the right proportion of lands. That's insulting. And it depends also, you don't know whether they're doing, limited formats. And if you're running 17 lands in a constructed format, wow, that's probably wrong too. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know. I mean, it just didn't break our way, I think, most of the time. I think there are some different lines that I could have taken and maybe they would have been better, but rough. So I got two formats that I'm not a huge fan of here. Kind of would rather be drafting Edge. So this is a little bit of a tragedy. But we'll keep going. I mean, I think we still have like at least a 70% win rate in this, so that's nice. It is a nice way to mine gems for the most part, but again, when luck breaks badly like today, yikes. All right. While we wait for our fourth member here, we have the oh, nope. We got our fourth member. I just have to reach for a pact. This is just like so easy to do. All right. It's this and Clutter, or do we want Zora? I think it's this and Clutter. I do like Zora quite a bit. But this doesn't force us to commit to a second color, and both of these are quite strong. I like that it's holding a mirror, being like, I'm so pretty. Hi, Fluffy Cat. Ooh, Hex of Undeath. Yeah. Who doesn't take that? All right, I'm taking that and Damning Caress, and we're going to go Golgari, which is totally not supported in this, by the way. But if you can make it work, you can make it work. Do I have to get out of green entirely and just take, like... Yeah, this card's sick. Akil, or no, is it Akil or Defor who likes... I think it's Akil who likes this card. Fine, well, I think Snatchback would be something to consider here, but... Hi, Floof. All right. Okay, well, I actually like using both of these, and then we go, like, Sultai Poop / green-black stuffs. Okay. I don't mind a Mob Lookout. Data Scrubber's fine. These two are pretty good here. Tethex and Cruel, sure. Some fine blue. Okay. Oh, no, you're not supposed to be on the desk. Ooh. Oh, I want Chizak too. And Leyline Weaver. Actually, Team Up is very good, but I think I might need... Actually, I might take Leyline here. I think that's actually more important. Take the really good removal spell and then just take the Leyline, because this can be conditional, so... They're both good, but yeah, I'm gonna take... Okay, that's important. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do Lurking Lizards and Goro here. I would really like to upgrade some of the stuff, but not bad overall. Rouse and Chizak, nice. Oh, and Favored Fighter. Ooh, that's actually interesting. How many spiders do I have? 2 so far. This is still a nice card. I think I actually might want the fighter over it, though. Nah, I might get more soon, so I'm gonna spec on it. Okay, this and the lizards or the cityscape. I'm not necessarily splashing for a lot, if anything. So I think we take the lizards here. Not only are they villains for the Damning Caresses, but they the Damning Caresses then also pump them in theory. Take an Ozor and a Kaldai. I'm not super happy about this, but okay. I might splash this card. That's okay to splash. Nope, wrong. Oh, hi. Well, I'll splash red. Oh God. Okay, I'm not gonna do a Desecrex. I think this card is too damn good. There's also Zan. Man, I want so much of this back. I want Vigo and Desecrex and Scorvus and Zen and Selesnya. I think Selesnya is so important in this format, though. It's so good. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. What? Who passes this card? I will switch entirely to be in those colors. I will just be like, fuck it, we're black now. All right. Scorpion Sting and Savage Mansion, let's go. This card is not okay. There's no reason that this is just absolutely freaking stupid. And if you can get it back with Hex, like what the actual Jesus. I don't mind the lean in to mill 2 cards. The problem is if we mill the Hex. I don't want to do that with these crazy bombs that we've gotten. I'm gonna hate this for all that it's worth. It doesn't actually matter because, again, League. Einfach. Excuse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have so many feelings. I love you. So it turns out that as far as spiders go, I should have taken the 4/4 where that puts a treasure token. And obviously hindsight's 2020, but and this is not as good. So I do apologize there. It turns out this wasn't as good, but the deck still looks good. I just this wasn't in retrospect the wrong choice. I just thought we had a pack and a half to go, so might as well grab it just in case. So this fixes, this finds a mountain. We should run one mountain if we run this chariot. If we don't run this chariot, we don't need to run a mountain, but Crook also produces a treasure token. The only thing we need red for is this on 6, though. So that's not... We don't have to prioritize heavily the red. Since we only have one in web, I think it might be the case that we want to cut this chariot. I would rather have the arachnologist get a little bit of value pumping potentially these two spiders. Sorry, this one spider and this one spider. And this spider. So we have 3 spiders, right? Yeah. Then do this and possibly get the in-web off that. That doesn't seem necessary. And that means that we'd have 3 sources of red for this. I mean, ramping to the 5 is not bad either. This isn't ramping, though. This is just making sure we have the land drops. We're hitting the land drops. And this, remember, can be discarded to put 2 counters on things early. And we're okay discarding them because eventually the hex will happen. So we might lose the Rouse the Swarm and just play the Chariot. It depends. The thing is, the lizards like the Rouse the Swarm more than the Chariot. We could lose the Aggressive Symbiosis. That's only +1/+1. Most of our things don't really care about that. And I don't have any Mayhem, so discarding a card isn't the best to replay this. So that actually might be the cut here. And then we run 17 lands, 40, even though we probably will flood out. But I'm really glad that we got the 2 Surveil lands in particular because... And actually now we still want to run that mountain over 1 black source. Yeah, I'm really glad we got... What am I really glad we got? I have no freaking clue. Oh yeah, these 2 Surveil lands because of the Scouring Storm Soul. This is really good ways to put the lands in the graveyard. This deck looks like a fun deck and really good. I think what I'm going to do is play this in the... Start that play in the Twitch front page stream tonight. I don't want to have any more of this really bad luck for that one. That one looks really good. We might still have it, but whatever. But it'll be a really nice one to start off with. Do I like the new set format? Do I like Pick 2 online? No. I like Pick 2 in person. Pick Pick 2 in person is great, and it's wonderful for stores, for getting players into the store to play draft. But it is really awful in league formats. Okay, so let's go through this pack of Edge of Eternities, and then let's see what we got in this. And then again, we'll go through some of the giveaways that we're doing on the front page. All right, Selfcraft Mechan, Flight Deck Coordinator, Drix Fate Maker, Melded Moxite, Comet Crawler, Sinister Cryologist, Nanoform Sentinel, Depressurize. That art is cool. Steel Swarm Operator. I'm still trying to figure out whether I want to put this in my artifact, my Memnarch deck. I'm not sure. I think it's not worth it. Anyway. Alright, Tanic. That's a fun one. Yay, Landfall. Alright. Rayblade Trooper. That was a very good card in that set. Ooh, we have a foil? Oh, interesting. I wonder what it is. Oh, it looks pretty. Alright, but then we've got a rare here. That means it's a white rare. Please Cosmic Grand. Please Cosmic Grand. Please Cosmic Grand. Yes! Okay. Oh, that's so awesome. I really, really, really wanted this card for my Populate deck. And I wanted this version of it. I actually, if you look at the if you look at the box opening that we did on YouTube, the collector booster box opening that we did on YouTube, here's the link. You can look at under openings. It's under that. I opened the other art for this, and I really dislike it. I dislike its implications. It's icky to me. And I'm so sorry if you love it. I'm so sorry. You can love it. For me, it's icky. It's heebie-jeebies. And this is gorgeous. Like here, let's go closer. Can I go closer? Yes, I can. But like, this is gorgeous. But that art makes me unhappy. The full art. So, I'm really, really happy to get this and put it in my deck. So that's just so sweet. You found the alternate art? Yeah. It's just freaking weird. She's being like ripped apart from within and birthing things, and it's just like, oh, don't like. So this is really, really sweet to pick up. I also think it's a little bit of money, which makes me very happy. Because again, these are the Arena Direct boxes that we won. And I have opened. The previous one was really amazing. We got oh, I found the foil. The foil is not exciting if it's what I think it is. Yeah, it is. Extinguisher Battleship. But this is very exciting, so we don't care. So we're gonna sleeve this up. But the other box was amazing. We got a Quantum Riddler alternate art foil. That was sexy. And then we got a regular Quantum Riddler. And then we got we got 2 Tezzerets, one full art and one regular. It was a crazy box. I loved that one. This one has been a little bit less crazy, but I think it's the only other one I'm gonna open. We have 3 more boxes that we won in the Arena Direct that I'll probably sell to Discord members or something. Or people online, but Discord. So Extinguisher Battleship foil and an Island foil. Okay, and a Lander and Robot token. Not bad. Okay, so wait. So I'm actually excited about a lot from this as well. There's some really cool cards in this. Let me show what I've gotten so far to anyone who take them. Yeah, I think Edge of Eternities is actually very worth buying compared to most sets these days. Again, buying singles is always better. But if you're going to buy a box to play with, I think this is a very playable set. And I also think that... is that just the light glare? Yeah, okay. And I also think that that it has a lot of value in it. Like, I think, Dauntless Scrapbot, just for example, I know it's not worth a lot of money, but it has, like, playability in EDH. In any EDH deck that has trouble with graveyards, right? So anything that doesn't have access to like Bojuka Bog, for example, Dauntless Scrapbot does that thing and it creates a Lander token. This is just a good card. So I like that card. I just think it's very, very good. All right, we got a Zhu. I'm not really, that's whatever, but we got some full art lands. Those are really pretty out of this. And Gene Morph. Some foils. What else we got? Gunship is fun for an artifact deck, EDH deck. That one's really good. But it has all the planets. It's got the shocks, right? There's a Pinnacle Starcage here, which is being used somewhat in the similar vein of Temporal Lockdown or whatever it is. This is a 0 point valid. This did have a few too many Wraths, in my opinion, but it also had some crazy decks that got going so quickly that you needed a Wrath to take care of them. Look, another Sacred Foundry. Synthesizer Lab Ship. Also, this card, singularly playable in any of your sacrifice decks, in your Corvul decks, in your Marin decks. This card is great. As an uncommon. I love this card too. Any deck that runs Harrow also wants this card. Or like Roiling Regrowth. Any deck that wants that. This is so good. And another full art. This card. Because reasons. So we got a Sisser. I really like this card too. I think that card's great. Sunstar Expansionist is just a really good 2-drop in white. Really good. I like that card. This card is ass, and I'm sad about it. For my Lurgoyf decks, this card is such a disappointment. This is the anti-Lurgoyf. This wants things in exile, not in your graveyard, and it's just ugh. Hatred. I was so excited that I was getting a new Lurgoyf for my Disa deck, and then no. Also, this card in your double spelling decks, this is just nutty. Negagoyf, yeah. This card is so fantastic. This Scion Assist is so good. It's just so good. We got an Astelli. Consult the star charts is great. The draw effect is fantastic. Like Deluge is is fantastic as well, but like this is a similar idea, but they can scale, so really lovely. Here's a Dajia. I'm super excited about that one. We get that foil freaking mountain. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I got a Singularity Rupture. This did go in one of my decks, one of my EDH decks. It's lovely. Got another Larval Scoutlander. I swear to God, I want to build a freaking Kavu deck. It'll be so good. There just aren't enough Kavu. If anybody has an idea on how they can make Kavu work, let me know. We got a foil Servandum. I love this card. That was so good and limited. Another full art Swampy. And that's it so far, but we still have like half the box, over half the box left. Something like that, yeah. So like that's not, that's nothing to sneeze at. We're pretty happy about that. Yeah, so like we still have all of these packs. Like this, even the smallest has 1, 2, 3, 4 play boosters still in there, right? So the others are 5, right? At least, or 6, actually. Yeah, 6, maybe. Hold on. I have no idea. Anyway, but yeah, so we've still got a lot of packs, and this box has been great so far. I'm pretty happy with it. So I think you can get value out of these, especially if they're free on Arena Direct. They're not free. You had to pay the entry fees, but we were really lucky this time. And I think we only paid about the full cost of about, thanks to King, we paid about the full cost of about 2 full entry fees, even with King's help. Sorry, with King's help, I paid 1 entry fee for 5 boxes. So that was pretty amazing because we kept getting all of our gems back and more. And then we got so many packs as well. We were just really lucky. But yeah, I don't think I'll be opening any more of these. I'll be selling them. But I really want an Evendo if I can get one. That I think is one of the only cards that I haven't opened yet that I really, really want. So now that I got this Cosmogrand, that's super sweet. So, and I'll probably be, I think one of the best things you can do with the shocks is hold on until they go back up in worth, in value. Because at one point during, so this assumes that the economy will recover from what's about to happen and what is currently happening. But basically, the last time the shocks were printed was in like the Gate Crash. So Return to Ravnica, Gate Crash, and Guilds of Ravnica and Ravnica Allegiance. And from there to now, they went back up to $20 a piece. So at the time, they were down to like $5. So they were a good investment for making your mana base and your EDH decks great at the time. And then you could also, when you were, later on, you could sell them. But that, again, that's a span of quite a few years. So it's an investment for a longer time period. And again, there's never any guarantees in Magic that they won't reprint them sooner. So, take that for what you will. But I remember buying like a metric ton of and trade. Actually, it was less buying and more trading for shocks at the time. They were so low; they were like $5 to $8. I did that mostly during the Return to Ravnica, Gate Crash, and Dragon's Maze period. And then I just started selling them when I needed $20. It was lovely. But yeah, this is a really nice start to a box, so I'm very happy with this, and hopefully you get the dopamine hit of cracking packs without having to pay yourself. So what I am going to do here, though, is neaten up things a little bit by moving the Edge of Eternity's packs over here. Turning some of them sideways here to make space so we can put these away in this chunk of cards away in here. But yeah, like, not a bad box so far. I'm quite happy with that. Like, Cosmogrand alone I think is like 20. And then I'm just really happy with the play value of the rest of these, and I'll hang on to the shocks until they go back up and then sell those. But I love these lands. They're so much fun to play with. And there's just some like good cards to play with in this set. This is something that I might consider making a cube out of. Just because I think the set was fun to draft. I might run a fewer wraths, and I might try and a little bit correct for the strength of Simic, but other than that, I don't know. There's a lot to do. I don't know. That depends. That heavily depends. It heavily depends. All right. So so one more time, we are doing a front page Twitch stream tonight. I will not be streaming it to YouTube. It will not be co-streamed to YouTube. I simul-streamed. They're not allowed. They don't allow you to do that. So it will only be on Twitch. I will be taking down my sponsors, Fractal, Magic Jank, and Rogue, for the purposes of the stream. And I will be turning off, according to Amy, this is important, I will be turning off follower alerts because it might disturb the stream if so many people start following. I think that's more hopeful than anything. I'm not sure that that's actually going to happen, but we'll see. And so there'll be a few changes to tonight's stream as opposed to normal. And we'll go from there. But there will be pack openings, there will be drafting, there will be massive amounts of giveaways. So again, one of the more impressive giveaways that we have going is going to be, again, we're going to have, let me pull that back, focus it prior to switching a little bit. There we go. So we're going to be having like one of the big ones will be this Fibblethip the Lost Commander Buddies thing. It is freaking amazing. It's a giant like sculpture thing that can help you keep track of your commander attacks, commander damage, poison, life totals, etc. And it's just, yeah, it's really cute. And then we have along with that, we're going to be doing a playmat of the person's choice, most likely a mystery pin booster, a deck shell, and a Nerev Domaru box, which is pretty sexy. And then we have, of course, Dragon Shield sleeves, and the playmat, like I said. And then there will be so many more of that. We have so many giveaways. There's so many playmats. I have so many sleeves from Dragon Shield. I have more deck shells, more pins, more deck boxes, just everything. So there'll be so many things to give away, and I'll be doing the like recap of Atlanta tonight as well, of like the things I got and things I'm excited about as well. So yeah, so that's gonna happen tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Pacific, which is 11 p.m. Eastern, and go through the night until 4 a.m. On Pacific on Tuesday. And so I'm going to sleep during the day, or try to. Anyway, and yes, so we'll be doing that later on tonight, and that will be hopefully pretty magical. We'll see. But hopefully we get lots of new friends in the community. That's the main thing that is doing. I was really happy to be selected. That was really sweet. But yes. I'm hoping we don't get any of they caution about, bad raids and things like that, and, and stuff like that. So, if any of you want to mod, I can make you mods. And you can, calm everyone's tits. So, apparently that's going to be a thing. So, I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna try it out, see how it goes. And hopefully just have some fun with it. So hopefully I get to see you all tonight. It is, late and overnight, so I do apologize for that. I will save some giveaways for the next stream so that people get a chance who can't be there tonight. I will definitely save some of those. And I am really, really trying to work on getting codes to give away to people, because I can't mail any of these things except within the United States. Number one, the cost is prohibitive, but number two, a lot of countries just aren't allowing the United States to mail things because we're doing stupid shit as we do. And I wish we would stop, but there we are. So I can't wait to see you again tonight. I hope you have the most wonderful morning, noon, night, afternoon, tea, second breakfast, whatever time it is for you. Let's go raid somebody awesome. If anybody has anybody they'd really desire to raid, we will do that. Who is online right now? Let me see. We've got Akil. And we've got Dafor. We raided Dafor very recently. We can probably do Akil pretty happily here. And he needs to go 8-0 to go for Mythic. You can't get Fibbles because you live outside of the US. Can you donate to charity if you win? You absolutely can. I will go and donate it to the library. I donated like 50,000 like commons and uncommons and little cardboard deck boxes and things like that to the library the other day. Actually, it was like several months ago. And they were overjoyed, so it was awesome. But yes, I can make that an option. Absolutely. That's a really clever thing, DJ. That's a really nice thing to offer. All right, so let's go raid Akil. I love Dafor, and you won't go wrong raiding Dafor, but Akil is trying for Mythic, needs it to go 8-0 to get to Mythic, so we're gonna try our best to help Akil get to Mythic. All right, so let's see how this goes. And yeah, we'll be back tonight for the big event, and I hope to see you there. But if I don't, again, I'll save some giveaways for you all. I will do my best to. I've got so many giveaways that I can't do them all in one stream. There's no way. So, and still play cards, So all right, let's do this raid. Check out Fractal, Magic Jank, and Rogue when you get the chance. YouTube, I am again sorry that I can't stream this to. Simul stream this, but hopefully I will see you again the next stream. And again, I will save some of those giveaways, although you have to be on Twitch to be entering, obviously. But yeah, we've got some new YouTube videos up. Check those out at the YouTube. Message me on Discord if you want to say hi. Those are those links, and I will see you again soon, and I cannot wait to see you again. Here we're gonna go raid. Cheerios. Sorry for the shorter stream. I know I have to sleep and then prep for the for the big thing tonight. So many apologies for going away earlier than normal. 3.5 hours is really short for us. I know. I'm sorry. All right. See, you're going. Rating now.